Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Brett Rowley and I am a business consultant, a marketing expert. Generally just love talking about business growth and how to help you grow your business. So today we are talking about something that I think during the holidays is near and dear to most people's hearts, and that is email promotions. So if you are using emails to promote your business, if you are receiving 150 emails a day from businesses with holiday promotions, everyone has come into contact with email promotions. And so what I want to talk about today is how to use email without annoying the shit out of people. And that should be the title for this video. How to use email without annoying the shit out of people. Because it's super important, right? Everyone's on email. Everyone can benefit from using email. I would say 99% of businesses, email is crucial to their promotion, to their client retention, to their launches, everything that they're doing. But I would say a very small percentage of that, maybe even less than 20%, are doing it correctly. And that's what I want to kind of talk through today. This video and kind of the idea to talk about this came from an experience that I had last week, 2 weeks ago, during Black Friday, the Thanksgiving, Black Friday, Small Business Saturday, Cyber Monday, Cyber Week, thing that has gone from one day of shopping and promotions to now apparently a whole week. And I just kept telling people that I was with, I kept seeing emails from this particular company. I'll tell you guys the story in a second. But I kept seeing emails from this particular company, and every time I got one, I laughed because I was like, this is so outrageous. So the company was overstock.com, and I'm not lying to you guys when I tell you I got more than 20 emails over a 2-day period. I think it was between like noon on Thanksgiving all the way through Black Friday. And I'm not lying. I wish I hadn't deleted them because I would show you guys. I got 20 emails from them, and the sheer volume, the number of emails that I got was not the biggest problem. The more annoying part for me was when they all said the same thing. Like, they literally were just a copy one after the other. Like, I didn't open any of them, and so they just kept sending me essentially the same email. There was no creativity whatsoever. Obviously 20 is too much over a 2-day period, but that wasn't, again, the biggest problem. The biggest problem was the discount that they were offering was 15% off. And I'm like, look, I don't buy anything online at full price ever. Like, I can always find a coupon code. But if you're gonna email me 20 times over Black Friday, you've gotta come at me with something like 50% off for it to be worth it, right? So this kind of sparked this idea in my head. Like, someone has told overstock.com or the marketing department at Overstock, someone has told them that this is what they need to do to get sales, and I'm sure that they did generate some sales from it. But I want to talk about how we can truly be effective and not turn off customers like me, who I'm like, don't even come to my inbox, Black Friday or not, with a 15% off discount. So I've kind of broken down, if you're using email in your business, especially if you're in retail, but even if you're not, if you're in the service industry, or just, maybe you send out a monthly newsletter, if you're using email in any capacity, I put together just a few tips that I want to chat with you guys about today. Because if companies don't start using email effectively, it's going to go the way of radio and TV, in that no one's going to pay attention to it. And it's already somewhat headed in that direction, right? We have spam folders that catch it. We have promotions folders now that catch a lot of emails. It's hard to believe that there was a time, like when email marketing first started, like way back when, you would send out an email and get like a 90% response rate, which is insane. People were kind of waiting for emails to hit their inbox back at the beginning, but now obviously that's not the case. So if email marketing is so necessary, but most people are doing it wrong, how can we use email marketing? How can you use email marketing to effectively communicate with your audience and with your customers? And the first thing that I'll say, and probably the most important, is relevance, right? You have to be relevant. Your emails have to matter. Like I said, we're battling kind of the junk email inbox. We're battling just the sheer number of emails that people are getting. you have to be able to overcome just the going down the line and deleting emails. So how do you do that? By being relevant. Now, this could be based on products or services that you offer, like what are your most popular products or services. You can tell what's relevant based on what prior emails have been successful. The biggest key here is don't assume what's relevant for your audience. Use data to be sure. Use your email analytics, use your social media to say, hey, what do you guys want to hear from me with? Do you want discounts? Do you want case studies of how my products or services have been used? Do you want new launches, information on new launches? Like, tell me what you want. And that way you can make sure that your emails are relevant. What I think is the easiest way to make sure that your emails are relevant are to tie it into the sales funnel. So a lot of my clients, when they come to me, they have like a monthly newsletter that they send out, which is great. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But I try to encourage them to think about their email marketing in a more one-to-one sense. So in other words, talking to one of their customers at a time versus broadcasting the same message to everybody. And so when from that, we build out their sales funnel emails so that the first time someone interacts with them, they automatically get this sequence of emails that, you know, talks about introducing the company, the types of products or services, kind of builds that awareness. Once they start opening some of those emails, then we hit them with some more, and you know, they've shown some interest, we hit them with some more product information. And kind of walk them through the stages of the buying journey so that you know that, one, your emails are more relevant because they're specifically for people in that stage of the process. And you can customize the content based on what you want them to do next. So like if someone submits their email to get a discount code on your website, obviously what you want them to do is to use the discount code. So all of the emails that they get are going to be geared around that goal. The other thing that you can do is to use what people, again, with that one-to-one idea, use what people have been interested in to show more customization in your emails. So I cannot get that sentence out. To show more. Basically what I'm saying is if they've clicked on, let's say you offer 2 lines of products or 2 lines of services just for this conversation's sake. Let's say they've only interacted in your emails or on your social, they've only interacted with product A. They have absolutely no interest in product B, then you should only be sending them content related to product A. Don't try to convince your audience to be interested in something that they're not interested in. Okay, so first of all, be relevant. Make sure that your emails matter to people so that they continue to open them. The second thing, and this is a close second, I will warn you, I had a hard time picking which one was more important, but a close second is to be valuable. So once you're relevant, once you have established that you're going to be sending content that matters to your audience, the next step is to make sure that that content is valuable. Relevance makes sure that your emails are opened. The value that you provide, make sure that they keep getting opened, right? So you want your email to be so interesting and so valuable that your audience doesn't even realize that it's promotional content. And the best way to do that is to be customer focused, not sales focused. So if you go into it thinking this email has to sell X number of widgets or whatever it is that you're selling, you're going about it the wrong way. The mindset that you want to have is, how can I provide value for my audience through this email? One of my favorite ways to do this is through influencers, partnering with influencers in your space, social media influencers, to provide valuable content that doesn't come from you. So if you send an email that says, here is XYZ social media influencer using our awesome products, let's hear them tell their story, and then they have a video about how they used your products. That does a couple things. One, it expands your audience because surely they're going to share that content with their audience, social media followers, email lists, etc. But it also allows other people to sell for you so that it doesn't come across super salesy like we talked about. It's more customer focused, how you can use your products, how the end result, like, I used your products or services and this is how it impacted my life. That's what you want to get across. The other way to provide value, and this kind of goes back to what I was talking about with overstock, deep promotions or deep discounts are another way to provide value, very literal monetary value to your audience. But again, with my story, be careful. Consumers are super smart. So if you come at them with 15%, they're gonna roll their eyes and start deleting you like I did. So don't overdo it. Don't send 20 emails out. Make sure that it's truly valuable. And don't get desperate. I like to have my clients plan out their promotions on a quarterly basis so that they don't get desperate by the end of the quarter and like start sending out 20% off, 50% off, 30% off, like all on different days. You want to be strategic about it. I like to start with like a 25% off and then slowly build that you can capture people who may have been interested but needed a little bit extra incentive. The third way to be valuable, or the third most popular way to be valuable in your emails, are through education, especially if your products or services need some type of explanation or some type of education to be able to use them or to understand their value. That education is great in the form of an email. Video is a perfect way to do this. Influencers are a perfect way to educate. You can kind of tie all of those together. The third and final way that I want to talk through in terms of how to use email without being annoying is to be analytical. And this is less about what's actually in your email content and more about tracking what happens next. So when you send an email, you need to have visibility into who's opening it, what did they click on, what content is performing the best, what times are they opening it. You have to monitor the success of your email campaigns so that you can adjust the strategy, set a time, like every quarter or every few weeks or whatever makes sense for you, to evaluate those analytics and adjust your email strategy so that you can, going back to the first 2 points, so that you can be relevant and valuable. This is the only way you're gonna know whether or not your emails are being successful is through the analytics. So make sure that you set aside time to track that. As your email list grows, you can also consider segmenting your list, so segmenting your contacts into groups. And this allows you to provide even more specific and relevant content. So like I talked about earlier, if they're only interested in a certain product, or I've had clients before that their audience is segmented based on age, and they send content to different age groups that different content goes to different age groups. Y'all, this one's a struggle. But the same thing could apply to, it could be age, it could be different products that they're interested in. It could be location. If you have a location-based business and you have several different branches, it could even be, the segments could even be broken down into colder contacts, those who have not opened your email in quite a while, in months. And then those warmer contacts who have purchased from you or have been continually interacting with you online. So those colder and warmer contacts would get different content, different messaging, even different value. Like maybe the colder contacts, they need a deeper discount to re-engage with you. Whereas those that have bought from you recently, they are already interested, they're already involved. They might just need a story from an influencer to remind them that they wanted to purchase a secondary product or something along those lines. So all of that, I hope, is helpful to do two things. One, I want to encourage you to use email. It's something that is intimidating for a lot of businesses because they don't know where to start. And the number one thing I hear is, I don't want to start emailing my clients because I get super annoyed with promotional emails. I'm like, I got it. I don't want you to be annoying either. But it is super important if you can do it right. So one, I hope that this helps encourage you to start to think about email and how you can use it strategically. And the second thing is encouraging you to do it in a way that is not going to annoy the shit out of your audience. That is goal number one. If I can help any business in that arena, then this video was a success. So as always, if you have questions or want to chat more, leave me a comment. Make sure that you subscribe. I post new videos every week talking about business, ways to grow your business, how to promote your products and services. This month we're talking a lot about promotion and products, how to expand your product line. So if that's of interest, make sure that you subscribe. But again, if you have questions or want to chat further, leave me a comment and I will see you next time.